Hello YouTube, we're on the Real Programming channel. I'm its host, my name is Andrei, I greet you, welcome. This is our 33 lesson. We're talking about HTML, JavaScript, and the topic we will talking about overview of geolocation objects, JavaScript. Can we talk about your accuracy again? So, we already seen that each position handed to us by the Geolocation API has an accuracy property. But we can also tell the Geolocation API that we'd like only the most accurate result it can get. Now, this is only meant as a hint to the browser, and in fact, different implementations may do different things with the hint. And while this options doesn't sound like a big deal, it has lots of implications. For instance, if you don't care that your results are super accurate, you might be just fine knowing that your user is in Baltimore. The API might be able to tell you that very quickly and very cheaply in terms of power consumption. If, on the other hand, you need to know the street your user is on, that's fine. But the API might then have to fire up GPS and use lots of power to get that information. With the Enable High Accuracy option, you're telling the API you need the most accurate location it can get, even if it is costly. Just keep in mind, using this option doesn't guarantee the browser can give you more accurate location. So, the world of timeouts and maximum age. Let's review once again what the timeout and maximum age options are. Timeout. These options tell the browsers how long it gets to determine the user location. Note that if the user is prompted to prove the location request, the timeout doesn't start until they're accepted. If the browser can't determine a new location with the number of milliseconds specified in the timeout, the error handler is called. By default, his option is set to infinity. Maximum age. This option tells the browsers how old the location can be, so if the browser has a location that was determined 60 seconds ago and maximum age is set to 90,000 milliseconds or 90 seconds, then a call to get current position word returns the existing cached position. The browser would not try to get a new one. But if the maximum age was set to 30 seconds, the browser would be forced to determine a new position. So, by using maximum age, I can really tune how often my browser recalculates or determines my position. I can see how using that can make up faster and more power efficient. What about timeout? Can I use it to improve things? You're right on with your thinking on maximum age. For timeout, think about it like this: when you're using maximum age, so you get an old cached result as long as that result is younger than the maximum age. You specified this works really well to optimize the performance of your app. But what happens when the options positions age exceeds the maximum age? Well, the browser goes off and tries to get a new one. But what if you don't care that much? Say you'll take a new location if it has it, but otherwise you don't need it right now. Well, you could set timeout to 0. And if there is result that passes the maximum age, that's great. Here is otherwise the call will fail immediately and call your error handler with an error code of timeout. That's just one example of the creative ways you can use timeout and maximum age to tune the behavior of your application. Who does what? Exercise. Below, you'll see a few options for a Geolocation API. For each option, match it to its behavior. How to specify options. One of the nice things about JavaScript is that if we want to specify a set of options in an object, we can just type in a literal object right into the middle of our method call. Here is how you do that. Let's say we want to enable high accuracy and also set the maximum age of the geolocation to be 60 seconds or 60,000 milliseconds. We could create options like this. Let's look on Sublime Text, and exactly, don't forget, you will find all the code materials of this lesson under this video in description. Are you starting to see that JavaScript really rocks? Well, at least we think it does. And then pass options to either get current position or watch position like this. Here we're just passing our options along using the options variable. Or we could just write the options object in line like this. You'll see this technique used a lot in JavaScript code. Here are options written as a literal object right in the function call. Some would argue this is easier and more readable as code. Now that you know the options, what they do and how to specify them, we should use them. We're going to do that, but remember, there is a moment to tune your application, which will have its own unique requirements. These options are also affected by your device browser's implementation and network, so you'll need to play on your own to fully explore them. Test drive diagnostic checkup. When you run the diagnostics before, did you get the test case where you waited and nothing happened? That's most likely because of the infinity timeout. In other words, the browser will wait forever to get a location as long as it doesn't encounter some error condition. Well, now you know how to fix that, because we can force the Geolocation API to be a little more expedient by setting its timeout value. Here is how. By setting timeout to 5,000 milliseconds or 5 seconds, you're making sure the browser doesn't sit there forever trying to get a location. Give it a try to feel free to adjust the option value. So, and for us, try this at home, or don't try this home, and we will talk about this in the next lesson. And topic, let's finish this up, integrating our new function. And so on, and more time. And here is our 30 free lesson about HTML JavaScript is over. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, please. Put likes and share with friends. Comment. Do exercise every evening. Drink more water for the brain. Eat bananas, chocolate and nuts, and so on. And that's all. Thank you. Bye.